Hello everybody and welcome back. Well, today it is Thursday the 29th of August as I'm recording, so if any games get announced in the next 2 days, I apologise, but it is the time to count down the games coming to PSVR2 in September. While the rest of the year remaining, other than September, like October, November, December, those months are looking a lot more packed than September. There are still quite a few games to look forward to and a couple of delays you may or may not have been aware of, so we're going to go through all those today. As I said in a couple videos ago, yeah, I'm away right now. I'm on holiday, taking a little break before we go absolutely full on with the rest of the year. So today's video might not be fully up to date if anything has been announced, but I'm hoping that it hasn't. Anyway, feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into what you should look forward to this month on PSVR2. The first thing we're going to cover is something you actually shouldn't look forward to just yet, which is Wanderer the Fragments of Fate. We won't go too much into detail about this one. We will in October because that's its release month now. It has been delayed out of September, so we'll go full in on what to expect with that game in October. For now, it's no longer coming on the 9th of September. It is delayed to the back end of October, near Phasmophobia. On the 12th of September, we have Chernobyl Again. This game is also coming out on Steam VR and essentially takes you through an adventure based on various realities in Chernobyl, telling the story of nuclear fear and conspiracy as your protagonist Elena tries to prevent a nuclear catastrophe. Elena travels through numerous realities in order to find a way to rescue her own world. The story is about conspiracy, crime, and an attempt to rescue people's lives as you delve into a complex and terrifying story about the place and the people suffering from the consequences of the catastrophe. Of course, you can't believe everyone, but it is up to you who you trust. The story is based on the actual Chernobyl localization and has a unique photogrammetry scanning of the environment, as the devs actually visited the exclusion zones several times, letting them create immersive scans, meaning that you're actually going to be in the areas that they scanned when they visited, making the experience all the more authentic. Your main gameplay elements are puzzle mechanics, as not everything you come across is as simple as it looks. I'm an enthusiast about this sort of time in history, these disasters. I find them really fascinating. Of course, they are absolute tragedies, but a game like this seems right up my street in terms of education and also adding a bit of ambiance and also bringing in some weird fantastical elements that they seem to be bringing into this game. So we'll have to wait and see how this one turns out. I'm hoping for a good port to PSVR 2, but it's really promising that they've got all this photogrammetry tech, which is really impressive, into this VR game and to transport you somewhere that at least now you can't actually go to anymore because it is unfortunately occupied, I think, or it's part of the war zone. And who knows if you'll ever be able to visit it as a civilian ever again. So this is an opportunity to explore, parts of the Chernobyl exclusion zone. I think that's awesome, and I can't wait to see this one on September 12th. On the 13th, we were expected to have Slender the Arrival, but unfortunately that has been delayed into 2025. This VR port of the original Slender the Arrival game from years ago that promises an incredible amount of terrors, unfortunately, has been delayed, and I was quite looking forward to this. Horror games are, abound on PSVR 2. Yeah, we did get the news that Slender the Arrival would be delayed into 2025, so at least we'll have Phasmophobia to hold us over until this one, but if you were looking forward to it, no longer this month, sorry. Next game. On the 19th, a proper good survival horror atmospheric game is coming to PSVR 2. That is Into the Radius. I've gushed about this one on PC VR. I've not sunk enough hours into it than I should have based on its incredible quality, because it really is incredible and I need more free time to play it. But now it's coming to PSVR 2. I've got no excuse. I got to pick it up whenever I can. And this essentially takes you into a disaster zone, a bit like Stalker, and has you become an explorer of the Radius. You will upgrade your equipment, take on missions, take on horrendous anomalies and fight them, navigate your way around this dangerous area without dying, and uncovering the story about what really happened there. The sequel has just gone into early access on Steam, so I was thinking we'll probably get an announcement for PSVR 2 soon, and lo and behold, it happened at the VR Games showcase for the original game. It's fully done, fully complete. It'll take you probably 15 to 20 hours to complete the story, but you can play honestly hundreds of hours of this game by sinking a lot more time into it. So I do recommend looking at this one. This is my most anticipated for this month because it is a tried and tested fantastic VR game, and it's also having the help of Fast Travel Games doing the port. They're also a great VR development studio, and they've also talked about all of the PSVR 2 features that they've incorporated, like the triggers, the headset rumble, the OLED, the dynamic foveated rendering, the 3D audio. It's looking to be possibly the best version of the game yet, so I'm really excited for it. That is on the 19th of September, Into the Radius. And next up, we go into our sponsor of this video. As always, our paid partner is VR Rock. These are the VR lenses that I use. They offer all sorts of prescriptions to cover whatever your needs are if you need glasses. Trust me, these are so much more comfortable than glasses You pop them straight into your PSVR2 with both magnetic and non-magnetic options, also coming with options for blue light blocking and anti-glare filters. I personally go for the non-magnetic option as there is a cutout for your nose on the inside, meaning that you have a small IPD like me, your nose won't get squished, but both options are very good, especially for users who are swapping between different people, who have different prescriptions. The magnetic lenses are just really convenient to pop in and out of. So never worry about scratching of your lenses again, and visit the www.VRRock store in the description below. And thank you to VRRock for being the paid partner of today's video. I personally use their lenses and I absolutely love them. Anyway, on to the next game. For our last dated game, we have Encircled on the 27th. Now, Encircled is a VR tower defense and magic shooter game. In the last PSVR2 news recap, I said that I'd love some more tower defense games, and it seems this one is now coming from developer Corstrand. Encircled combines strategic depth with endless replayability and a whimsical sense of humour. Freely place your towers anywhere on the map to create the ultimate defense, considering the elemental advantages and disadvantages to outsmart your foes. When your towers can't hold the line, take matters into your own hands, literally. You channel powerful beams from your hands to decimate enemies and turn the tide of battle. With various game modes, unique levels, and a wide array of towers and enemies, each time you play offers a new challenge and fresh excitement. Perfect for both VR newcomers and those with rock-solid VR legs, it delivers a rewarding strategic experience that will leave you coming back for more. With 19 enemies, 11 towers, 36 levels, and 9 handcrafted maps, and 4 game modes, there seems to be a lot of content here, and hopefully this is a good PSVR2 port, as again, tower defense is a very underrepresented genre in the medium. We are getting one more from the developer VR Monkey in the next couple of months, I think, but the more the merrier. That'll make it up to, I think, 3 with towers and powers on that list as well, so I'm all for it. Hopefully it'll turn out well. From everything that I can find in terms of information as well, it seems that Snow Scout is coming still in September too. It's an exploration adventure on skis, where you start a 1-week stint as a volunteer for the Snow Scouts. You fix up a remote ski resort and make sure nothing goes wrong. It's been described as a snowy VR counterpart to Firewatch by 4players.de, as you're immersed in the wilderness and your only contact is through a person on the radio. You can do both descent-style skiing and cross-country skiing in both seated and standing modes on 21 different slopes, and engaging in optional side tasks, heading back to your ski hut to relax after a hard day of work. Seems like a really relaxing and also narratively intriguing sort of game right up my street. I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully it makes its September release date, even though we don't have an exact release date yet. And it also contains an unreleased 50-minute documentary about the Serengeti in Africa, if you're interested in that as well, which is quite cool. All in all, these devs seem really positive about bringing the game to PSVR2. I've been really open about the improvements they made, and I'm really looking forward to it. And finally, without a release date that I can find as well, we have Darts VR2. It just seems to be a darts game, which is awesome. I mean, something we're missing on PSVR2 for sure, and I can't really go too much else in depth with it. We don't have a date, I don't think, but it's darts. If you want a darts game, keep it out in September, and it will probably come out. Anyway, that'll do us for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please feel free to like and subscribe as always. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members. And I've got to say a big thank you to our latest member, Gundy over on Patreon, because essentially how this Patreon and membership scheme works is that I record a lot of videos in advance, so it might take a little while for somebody's name to crop up, and sometimes the names are inconsistent from video to video, and I don't want to feel like I've done that on purpose. It's just the way that scheduling happens sometimes when a video is already recorded. So I'm going to say thank you for them for being our latest patron, as they will be left out of the next couple of videos, but after that they will be included every time. The rest of the Patreon and YouTube member gang though, thanks to them too: Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, Ace Gamer, Hippie Pickle, Jin 007, A License to Chill, Sun WTF, Fat Controllers, Jason Parker, Lamar Hall, Geordie Bansman, Lemon64K, Callum Tierney, Mischievous Marco, The Underground Gamecat, Brian East, Alajimbe, D2Y, Underground Stranger Gamecat, The Gamecat Andrew Ehrenreich, Mark Smith, XKX Ping, Jars of Ash, The Legacy of Gamecat, Hooksworm, The Hoosier Gamecat, Outcast VR, Prophecy 777, Test Rate Review, Salvador, Wade, F and Sierra's Kieran, and Sean Krim. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.